Good morning, dear students. Yesterday we discussed general properties. Previous classes we discussed general properties uh, of 16th group elements, anomalous behavior of oxygen, dioxygen and its preparation and properties and uses. Next one is types of oxides. What are the simple oxide, mixed oxides, and we discussed ozone preparations and their properties. The next one that is related to oxygen. The next one is the sulfur. So sulfur allotropic. The first one is the allotropic forms of sulfur. So it mainly exists in what is allotropic. You have studied in the P1. Just exist in the different structures, different crystals. So mainly exist in two forms. One is rhombic sulfur. The second one is monoclinic sulfur. Rhombic, what is monoclinic? You will going to study in the solid state chapter. You will going to study what is the meaning of rhombic, what is the meaning of monoclinic. It is a crystal structure. Based on crystal structure, they have given these names. You will going to study in the solid state chapter. No need to worry about what is a monoclinic rhombic, right? So rhombic sulfur, monoclinic sulfur, one is alpha sulfur, you can call it as beta sulfur, right? So they have given paragraph wise, but I have prepared in the differences. You can easily understand the you can easily understand and easily remember. Properties: it is a rhombic sulfur is a yellow solid, monoclinic sulfur is a colorless needle type of needle shaped crystals. Melting point of rhombic sulfur is 385, melting point of monoclinic is 393 Kelvin. So which one melts very easily? 385 Kelvin rhombic sulfur melts. Both are soluble in CS2, carbon disulfide. Carbon, what is the meaning of CS2? Carbon disulfide. Carbon disulfide. Carbon disulfide. Right? So it is a non-polar solvent. Sulfur is a non-metal. Right? So it is a non-polar. Like solvents dissolves, like you have studied that one, right? So non-polar solvent, just like CS2 is a non-polar. What is the meaning of non-polar? There is no charges in between carbon and sulfur structure, right? Carbon does not get positive, negative. There is no charges. That's why it is a non-polar. Right? Both are existing in the S8 forms. I told you in the beginning, that is just like a crown shaped molecule, crown shape. Right? So rhombic sulfur is stable below 369. Stable below 369, rhombic sulfur is stable. Above 369, monoclinic sulfur is stable. Above 369, monoclinic sulfur stable. Right? So at that means if you increase the temperature, that will come into the monoclinic sulfur. Right? So at 369, both forms are stable. Rhombic sulfur as well as, just like they are different in their crystal structures. That's it. Both are sulfurs, but they are different in their crystal structure. That's it. Right. So at 369 Kelvin, both forms are stable. The temperature at this temperature called as transition temperature. At which temperature both forms are stable, that temperature you have to call it as transition temperature. These are the properties. The main one is what is the meaning of transition temperature? Transition temperature, right? So at which temperature both forms are stable, that temperature you can call it as transition temperature. Right, I told you S rhombic you can call it as SR. S monoclinic, you can write it as a SM, right? So you can write it as a SR, SM, right? So if you heat preparation methods, if you heat it rhombic sulfur more than 365, it's slowly converted into monoclinic. If you decrease the temperature, if you decrease the 369 Kelvin, that monoclinic is converted into rhombic sulfur. So if you heat the rhombic sulfur more than 365, it converted into monoclinic, right? Once again, you should not confuse, both are sulfurs, they are differ in their crystal structure, that's it. There is no other difference, both are sulfurs only, right? So sulfur role, you have to take the sulfur, you have to dissolve in the CS2, carbon disulfide. Sulfur role dissolved in the carbon disulfide. If you evaporate this carbon disulfide, slowly the crystal forms. That crystal evaporation of this CS2 liquid results the rhombic sulfur. Evaporation results the rhombic sulfur. How do you get the monoclinic sulfur? Take the rhombic sulfur, just heat it, cool it, heat it and cool it. There will be a thin crust, a thick layer forms, just like a milk, right? Thin, right? So just a thick layer forms. What you have to do is, once the liquid is cooled down, right? There is a thin crust forms. What you have to do, you have to make it 2 to 3 holes, right? You have to make it 2 to 3 holes. There is some, if you cool it, there is a liquid, right? So just pour the liquid into another vessel. So once you pour that liquid in this vessel, there is a fine needle crystals form, right? So in this, once you pour the liquid, right? So there pour the liquid in this vessel, it forms a needle colorless crystals that gives the monoclinic sulfur. Once again, you have to take the rhombic sulfur, you have to heat it, cool it. Once you cool down the liquid, there is a thick layer forms above the surface of this liquid. So how do you remove that below liquid? Just put it, there is a 2 to 3 holes. You have to make it 2 to 3 holes. Then remove the liquid. Once you remove the liquid, in this vessel there is a fine colorless needle crystals forms. Those crystals you have to call it as monoclinic sulfur crystals. Right? These are the preparation methods. Next one, sulfur dioxide. In this one, there is allotropic form. The second topic is the sulfur dioxide. Preparation methods. Preparations: sulfur solid, right? Oxygen gas. Sulfur dioxide, it forms as a sulfur dioxide is a gas, right? The second one, from the sulfides, from the sulfur, right? From the sulfides, you can take any sulfite. If you treat it with sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, what happens? It forms the sulfate H2O and sulfur dioxide. It forms the sodium sulfate Na2 SO4, right, plus sulfur dioxide plus water. Sulfur dioxide plus water. They have given, instead of this one, they have given just like this one, right? SO3 minus 2. SO3 minus 2 is nothing but sodium sulfite or potassium sulfite or calcium sulfite, just like that one, right? So sulfite. So if you by avoiding this confusion, I am writing one compound, sodium sulfite, Na2SO4 H2O sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is a gas, right? This one is the sulfite. You should not confuse sulfite from the sulfites. Next one, from the sulfites, FeS2, from the sulfites plus oxygen, right? So iron combined with oxygen generally forms the ferric oxide, Fe2O3 plus sulfur dioxide, Fe3O2 plus sulfur dioxide, 4FeS4, right? So 4FeS2, that gives us a 2Fe2O3, right? So how many oxygens? Already 6 oxygens, right? How many sulfurs? 8 sulfurs, right? 8 sulfurs. That's why you can put it as 8 sulfurs, right? So 8 sulfurs. How many oxygens around this one? 16 plus 6. 16 plus 6. How many? 16 plus 6, 20, 22. 22, that means 11 O2. Right? The same reaction will come in the sulfuric acid preparation. Iron sulfide, you can call it as iron sulfide. This one is a laboratory method. This one is a lab method. This one is the industry method. This one is the industry method, right? So from the sulfur, you can write it as from the sulfur, from the sulfides, from the sulfide, iron sulfide, right? You have to, the starting material should contain sulfur related compound. Sulfur, sulfite, sulfide. What is the structure of iron sulfide? You can write it as a S. What is the oxidation state? Fe plus 2, sulfur forms 2 bonds. I told you 2 bonds plus 2 bonds, it can form 4 bonds, it can form 6 bonds. Sulfur can form 2 bonds, 4 bonds, 6 bonds, right? So iron sulfide reacts with oxygen, right? So these are the preparation methods. Sulfur dioxide is a gas, right? So gas, how can you convert it into liquid? You have to cool down the temperature by applying the pressure. Sulfur dioxide gas is converted into liquid. That gas stored in the steel cylinders, right? Sulfur dioxide gas stored in the steel cylinders, right? Steel cylinders. These are the 3 preparation methods for sulfur dioxide. Next one is properties. Sulfur dioxide is generally sulfur compounds are pungent smell, right? Colorless gas and pungent smell. Preparation methods. Sorry, we already discussed preparation methods, right? So the next one is the chemical properties, right? First one, acidic nature, right? There are different acidic nature. Reacts with sulfites. React with alkali. Acidic nature, reaction with alkali, reaction with oxygen and chlorine elements, and reducing property, right? So Fe plus 3 is converted into Fe plus 2, MnO4 minus Mn4 minus converted into Mn plus 2. These are the four properties. One is acidic nature, reaction with alkali nothing but base, reaction with base, right? Reaction with oxygen, chlorine, and the fourth one is the reducing property, right? The first one is the acidic property. I told you in the types of oxides, right? So acidic nature, sulfur dioxide is acidic in nature, right? So how do you know acidic in nature? When it reacts with water, right, it forms the sulfurous acid, right? Acid. What is this acid? Sulfurous acid. Any oxide react with water, if it forms the acid, generally considered as a acidic oxide. Sulfur dioxide is a acidic in nature. The next one is the reaction with alkali. Take NaOH, sulfur dioxide, it forms the sodium sulfite, Na2SO3. How many, what is the remaining one? Na2SO2 plus 1 oxygen, SO3. There is a 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. So that's why it forms the water. So sodium sulfite, what is this one? Sodium sulfite, right? Sodium sulfate means Na2SO4, right? Sodium sulfite. If you pass excess sulfur dioxide, if you pass quantitative limited amount of sulfur dioxide, it forms the sodium sulfite. If you pass the excess sulfur dioxide, it gives the sodium bisulfite. That means NaHSO3. Here 2 Na2, right? How many sulfurs? Here is 1 sulfur, 2 sulfurs. There is a 2 sulfurs. How many hydrogen? 2 hydrogens. How many oxygens? 3, 2, 5 plus 1. 2 into 3, 5. What is a sodium bisulfite? Right? Sodium bicarbonate, just like sodium bisulfite. So what is a sodium bisulfate? This one, right? Sulfite bisulfite. If you add sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate, right? So just like a sodium, what is the sodium carbonate? Na2CO3. What is the sodium bicarbonate? NaHCO3. Just like this. Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, right? You must, you should familiar with this nomenclature, right? So sodium sulfate, what is the sodium sulfate? Na2SO4, sodium sulfate, right? All are different. Sodium sulfide, right? Na2S. This one is sulfide, this one is sulfate, SO3, this one is sulfite, sulfate, carbonate, bicarbonate, just like these sulfite, bisulfite, right? So if you pass limited amount, it forms the sodium sulfite. If you pass continuously, that forms as a sodium bisulfite. The next one, reaction with oxygen and chlorine. You have studied in the chemical equilibrium chapter, right? Sulfur dioxide plus oxygen, that gives rise to sulfur trioxide, Le Chatelier principle, right? Le Chatelier principle. In the presence of vanadium pentoxide, sulfur dioxide is converted into sulfur trioxide. This one is trioxide, sulfur trioxide. Tri means 3, oxygens means oxide means oxygens, right? Sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide when react with oxygen, it forms the sulfur trioxide, right? So sulfur dioxide when react with chlorine, it forms the SO2 Cl2, SO2Cl2, sulfuryl chloride, sulfuryl chloride, sulfuryl chloride. Next one, reducing property. Fe plus 3 is converted into Fe plus 2. Right. So Fe plus 3 to plus 2, increasing the oxidation state or decreasing the oxidation state? Decreasing the oxidation state. So decreasing the oxidation state is always reduction. So sulfur dioxide, what it is doing? It is reducing the other substance. It is reducing the other substance. It itself undergoes reduction. Sulfur dioxide reduces the other substance. Itself undergoes oxidation. This one converted into this one to this one, oxidation. Right. So sulfur dioxide doing the reduction of Fe plus 3 to Fe plus 2. That's why it is calling as reducing agent. Right. In the same way, sulfur dioxide reduces KMnO4. You can write it KMnO4 minus is nothing. So MnO4 is nothing but KMnO4, right? You can write it KMnO4, potassium permanganate. Generally, it is a violet color. So when you pause the sulfur dioxide, that converted into Mn plus 2, right? So what is the oxidation state in the KMnO4, right? So MnO4 minus, right? How can you calculate this one? Minus 1, oxygen is minus 8. So what is X? X is equal to 7. Manganese oxidation state plus 7 is converted into plus 2. Decreasing the oxidation state is a reduction process. Sulfur dioxide decreases the manganese oxidation state from plus 7 to plus 2, right? So sulfur dioxide is acting as a reducing agent. So in this process, KMnO4 color decolorization of violet color disappears. Decolorization of KMnO4 takes place. Next one, uses. Sulfur dioxide used in the refining petroleum, right? Used in the some purification process in the petroleum and sugar, bleaching of wool and silk, some removal of some colors and impurities, right? So in the preparation of sulfuric acid, the main important sulfuric acid, sulfur dioxide is a key role, right? Preparation of sulfuric acid and sulfides and bisulfides, right? So these are the uses of sulfur dioxide. The next one is oxo acids of sulfur and sulfuric acid. Oxo acids of sulfur, some only structures, not detailed. The main oxo acid is a sulfuric acid. That is a very important one. We'll discuss in the next class.